though, boy oh boy. Oh man! The throw of landed over them. But it's battle stations. White flag comes out. She's on for young and old, this one.
Has he got the job done? Looks like he has on the inside.
The pace is electric out in front.
Welcome to the Pits TV. Ampro Tools Woodford Glen Speedway, situated just out of Kaipoi in Christchurch, and it's home to the South Island's largest Superstock event. It's home to the Battle of the Stocks. Every year, an invitation is sent out to a North Island driver to come to Christchurch and be paired up with a local driver and face off over 6 vigorous and fast races to see who will stand tall and which pairing will take the ultimate prize, the Battle of the Stocks Trophy, one of the biggest in New Zealand Speedway. The event was the brainchild of the late Jeanette Bolt, who wanted to set up a superior Superstock event to showcase the cars in the South Island. It had to be unique and different. Jeanette planned to invite 16 out-of-town cars, then pair them up with 16 local cars. The difference being they wouldn't know who their partner was until driver's briefing, just before the racing started. Over the last 10 years, the name that has always featured the most is the 19C car of Malcolm Natai, who coming into this year's event has won the event 5 times. The defending Battle of the Stocks champions are the 591P car of Wayne Hemi, who was teamed up with the 48 car from Nelson of Brett Nichols. Some of the big names are featured in this list, but who will get the trophy for the 2018 Suck It Up Battle of the Stocks? We move on 25 years later, and the 2018 Battle of the Stocks is the must-attend event that has a waiting list that many of a promoter would be proud of. The cars themselves are a work of art, and some can cost over $100,000 to build. Purpose-built race cars designed to hit. Couple that with a 248 cubic inch V8 engine, whether of Nissan, Toyota or Ford persuasion, and you have a 500 to 600 horsepower machine that can get around the quarter-mile dirt track at phenomenal speeds. Over the 25 years of the Battle of the Stocks, the big names have come and gone. But still, the 2018 Battle of the Stocks draws a rather large contingent of North Island's top drivers. Driver's briefing has just been completed and the pairings have just been released. The 23R from Rotorua Lance Ashton will pair up with the 12 car of Nick South. The very fast 591P of Wayne Hemi will pair up with the 4 car of Kevin Clive. 2NZ Adam Joblin with 144 car of Tim Ross. The 52 from Palmerston North Scott Joblin paired up with the 25 of Lloyd Jennings. The very quick 3NZ of Jordan Deere teams up with the sponsor and multiple winner, the 19 car of Malcolm Natai. 1NZ William Humphreys will pair up with 126 car, the newly contracted Asher Rees. The 26 car from Stratford, Mitch Vickery, is going to be paired up with the 87 car of Matt Lunham. The 87B of Thomas Stanaway paired up with the 18 ex-New Zealand champion from Nelson, Shane Harwood. The 66B of Randall Tarrant paired up with the 10 from Nelson, Alex Bryant. The 971B car from Napier, Jada Maud, is paired up with the 95 from Nelson of Alex Hill. 4P from Palmerston North Speedway is Chad Ace, paired up with the 48 car of Brett Nichols from Nelson. The 28, the Stratford car of Blair Eulenberg, is paired up with the 52 car of Kieran O'Brien. 118 Bryce Steiner from Rotorua, paired up with 991C car of Harley Robb. The 282, the well-travelled car from Stratford, Phil Ogle, is paired up with the 9 car from Christchurch of Jamie Hamilton. The 31P car from Palmerston North with Andy McKay, paired up with 99 of Trevor Lynham from Nelson. The final pairing will see the 5W car of Keegan Levine, paired up with the 23 car of Jacob Brownlees. The big names here at Ampro Tools Woodford Glen Speedway. Welcome once again to the 2018 Suck It Up Battle of the Stocks. The cars have made their way out onto the track and are just squashing down a bit of water. Let's tell you how they line up for heat number 1. The 23 car from Rotorua, Lance Ashton, will have the 12 of Nick South beside him, pretty much their pairings. The 591P of Wayne Hemi will have the 4 car of Kevin Clive on his outside. 2NZ in row number 3 of Adam Joblin will have the 144 car of Tim Ross beside him. Next row will see the 52P car of Scott Joblin, beside him the 25 of Lloyd Jennings. The next row will see the 3NZ of Jordan Deere and the 19C car of Malcolm Nartai. Ones to watch out for. The 1NZ of William Humphreys will get onto the next row, beside him the 126 car of Asher Rees. The 26 of Mitch Vickery will line up. Next to him will be the 87 of Matt Lunham. 87B Thomas Stanaway has 18 Shane Harwood on his outside. The 66B of Randall Tarrant has the 10 of Alex Bride. The 971 of Jaden Ward from Napier will have the 95 from Nelson of Alex Hill beside him. The 4 car of Chad Ace will see 48 Brett Nichols beside him from Nelson. The 28 car from Stratford Blair Eulenberg will have the 52 of Kieran O'Brien beside him. 118R Bryce Steiner will have 991 of Harley Robb. 282 from Stratford Phil Ogle has the local man 9C Jamie Hamilton. And the 31P car of Andy McCabe has 99 Trevor Lynham beside him. And the 5W of Keegan Levine, our final pairing, will line up beside the 23 car of Jacob Brownlings. With 15 laps being the distance, now let's get underway for heat number 1 of the 2018 Suck It Up Battle of the Stocks.
Well, here it is, folks. 25 years of the Battle of the Stocks. The 2018 Suck It Up Limited Battle of the Stocks about to get underway as we see the guys start to make their way round into their starting grids. Chad Ace there. Blair Eulenberg, the Blastway sponsored machine, looking at $1 million here, all the way from Stratford. Great that these guys have travelled from a fair distance. 991 Harley Robb getting into his position. 118 Bryce Steiner, beautifully presented Superstock this one. And then, of course, the Leach Motorsport 9 car of Jamie Hamilton with Worth on the back there as well. He gets up into his position. Sandlin's sponsored 282 car, Phil Ogle. As we see the cars just about ready to go. Trevor Lynham over the back there. Dowie Contracting looking after him. 31 Andy McCabe, one of the guys that's been around a fairly long time. And it looks like we'll see 23C machine there as well. That's Jacob Brownlings. Looks like our man's going to let them go. The pace truck will pull off very shortly here. It will, of course, be race number 1 for the 2018 Battle of the Stocks. Let's go green. Racing we go. Oh, look at that good start from 971 Jaden Ward. Ford Chad Ace is into the pace as well as we make our way up into 1 and 2. Oh, somebody's been fired out there. Looks like the 52 machine has fired Chad Ace into the wall. The 52 from Christchurch, and Phil Ogle having a bit of a coming together with someone there coming out of turn 2 as well. So it's a great start. Oh, a bit of a squeeze coming out of turn number 4. Malcolm Nartai's involved. Looks like Jaden Ward's gone round. Nartai himself has gone round as well. So it's a bit of a nasty start for those guys going into turn number 1 and 2. Of course, Chad Ace. It looks like it was the 52 car from Christchurch was the other car that was involved. That was Kieran O'Brien. So what a start. Looking forward to seeing the Burger King replay for this one. We see 19 Malcolm Nartai, the Suck It Up sponsored, of course, the event sponsor. His car's parked up all up the WAP. So is the 971B car from Napier, Jaden Ward. Here it is, the Burger King replay. What happened? Bit of a squeeze there between Eulenberg and Shane Harwood, and definitely the 52 and the 4P right into the wall. Looks like 48 Brett Nichols got slowed down a wee bit as well. There's Jacob Brownlee. So he got involved, I think. No, it was 991 Harley Robb got involved, the 282 car. We move up to the next corner. Action on every corner since the start of the race. And it looks like Jordan Deere's the one that's getting pushed by Thomas Stanaway, forcing the 4 of Kevin Clive out as well. And here's the incident between Jaden Ward and Nartai. Nartai spun him around. Nartai tried to avoid it, got clipped right there by the 118 car of Bryce Steiner. So that was what happened in that one. So we can see that they've let the car of 971 from Napier, Jaden Ward, get back into his position. 87C sitting there quite patiently, Matt Lunham, and the 23 of Jacob Brownlings. Won't be too far before we'll see a restart. And this one, the first heat of the 2018 Suck It Up Battle of the Stocks. What a start. And this is the way that the whole day is going to blow out. There's the 2 cars that hit the wall going into 1 and 2. Quick look at a replay here. great start. There we go. Oh, we're back up and underway. So let's see who gets the start here. Wayne Hemi is the one that leads it at the moment. Then we have the 2NZ car of Adam Joblin. And he's been chased hard by the 52 car from Palmerston North. And he's having a good run as well. And that's, of course, Scott Joblin. Bit of a sort out happening there. 23, Lance Ashton from the Rotorua Club. He's got a bit of steam on as he pulls up beside the 52 car of Scott Joblin. These three having a great wee battle at the moment. Looks like that the car of 2NZ, Adam Joblin, looks like we've got another red come out, have we? Yes, we have. So there's another red. That steamy 27 car, brand spanking new engine in this as well. Peter Fields and his car, Trevor Stevens Excavating. So if you're looking to a sponsor to try and get maybe a couple of extra dollars, that car was the motors had been put in the car not so long ago. So a bit of a bad luck for him. 52 Scott Joblin, 23 Lance Ashton, 2NZ machine there of Adam Joblin, and then of course the 3NZ of Jordan Deere. 591P Wayne Hemi is the one that leads. He's got a lot of speed around here, always has. We'll get ready to go. Hang on, folks. The greens are on. Let's do it. Let's go racing. Righto. So who's got it going? 591 Wayne Hemi already opened up about 4 or 5 car lengths back to the 52 car of Scott Joblin. 23 Lance Ashton would be in behind him. Then we go a space back. Looks like it is the 2NZ car of Adam Joblin that's there as well. So they make their way past the start finish line. And that group of about 5 cars have all sort of checked out a wee bit here. Will Humphreys, though, start to get on the pace, as is the 126 car of Asher Reeves, who's down the inside of Will Humphreys as they make their way up into Mastercard turn 3 and 4 now. But Hemi leads it. 23 Lance Ashton not too far off the pace either. He's got Scott Joblin that's just in front of him. My apologies, Adam Joblin just in front of him now. The field getting all spread out nice and neat here. Nice wee shot of Nick South and 23 Jacob Brownlee's having a great wee run there. So a wee bit of contact between the 991 car of Harley Robbie. Just chucked the 28 car of Blair Eulenberg around. Wow, what a great start to the heat number 1 for the Battle of the Stocks. Bit of a lineup, 3 wide coming out of turn number 3 and 4. 95 from Nelson. That's of course the youngster Alex Hill. Having a great battle there. 3NZ Jordan Deere trying to catch up behind the car of 87 Thomas Stanaway. 19 Malcolm Nartai starting to make his way up through the field after having that spin in the first lap. 118 Bryce Steiner on the inside of the 5 car of Keegan Levine. Jaden Ward gives a bit of a tap. Great racing from these guys. Going through the back straight past the stand. 19 Malcolm Nartai. 4 Kevin Clive is in behind him. Looks like Trevor Lyman might have got spun out there up on turn number 3 and 4. 23, Jacob Brownlee's on the inside of 118, Bryce Steiner. There's 144, Tim Ross, about to be caught up by the rapid Suck It Up sponsored 19 car of Malcolm Nartai. 26, Mitch Vickery just in the shot there. Great stuff from these guys. Past the start-finish line goes Keegan Levine. Good lineup of cars there, having a great wee battle. The 126 machine of Asher Reeves being pushed all the way by the 2NZ of Adam Joblin. So obviously Adam's got found a bit more speed as the race has worn on. The track slipped off a wee bit and starting to get the traction down and getting behind the 126 car of Asher Reeves now. Great stuff. Righto, 591 Wayne Hemi. He's the man that's doing the job. About to put the 28 car of Blair Eulenberg down a lap. 52 Scott Joblin. He's still within reach of the 591 car. And there's a car in between him and Scott Joblin. Great stuff from Wayne Hemi. Gets it out nice and wide coming up Mastercard turn 4. He's got the red waka really zoned out. Jordan Deere on the outside of the 99 car. Trevor Liner now. Fantastic shots of Wayne Hemi making his way down the back straight. Into turn number 3 and 4 he will go. But Messi further down the field though. Kevin Clive's having this great battle with Jacob Brownlee's 282 Phil Ogle and 118 car of Bryce Steiner. Steiner into the back of Stanaway and Jaden Ward. He's trying to find his way through. These points are valuable for the team. Jaden Ward getting sped out by 118 Bryce Steiner. Not too many laps left to go on this one. It is a great run though from Wayne Hemi. Look at Steiner. Fantastic. 23 Jacob Brownlee's in behind Tim. 282 Phil Ogle. 4 Kevin Clive. Tim Ross just ahead. 87 Thomas Stanaway just ahead of him as well. We're looking for Hemi. He can't be too far away from getting that checkered flag. The white's out. We might get the checkered flag this time round. Let's see it. There it goes. 591. Wayne Hemi takes the win from the 52 car of Scott Joblin. 23 Lance Ashton for third. The 3NZ car of Jordan Deere fourth. 2NZ Adam Joblin's fifth. 66 Randall Tarrant was in sixth. The 19 car of Malcolm Nartai in seventh. The 10 car of Alex Bright in eighth. The 5 car of Keegan Levine in ninth. And rounding out the top 10, it was, of course, the 87 car of Thomas Stanaway. Fastest lap in a very fast race was the 52P car of Scott Joblin, managed an 18.71. As we look at the Master Blaster sponsored 591 car of Wayne Hemi, best lap for him was in lap number 8 with an 18.83. This Vendetta chassis has served him very, very well. Very fast around this Ampro Tools Woodford Glen Speedway circuit. 971 Jaden Ward, that'll be why he started to slow up a wee bit. The front left is flat on his car. Sign Fusion looking after Wayne Hemi as well. Great run. Righto, heat number 2 for the 2018 Suck It Up Battle of the Stocks is about to get underway very shortly here at Ampro Tools Woodford Glen Speedway. Off grid number 1, the 10N of Alex Bright. Beside him, 66B Randall Tarrant. The 95 car will line up next of Alex Hill. On his outside, the 971B car of Jaden Ward. Row 3, the 48 car of Brett Nichols with 4 of Chad Ace. The 52 car from Christchurch, Kieran O'Brien, will have the 28 car from Stratford lined up beside him, and that's Blair Eulenberg. Next row will see the 991 car of Harley Robb. On his outside, 11R of Bryce Steiner. The 9 car of Jamie Hamilton has the 282S car of Phil Ogle beside him. The 99 of Trevor Lynham has the 31P car of Andy McCabe. The 23 car from Christchurch, Jacob Brownlees, will have the 5W of Keegan Levine on his outside. 12 car, Nick South has 23 car from Rotorua, Lance Ashton beside him. The 4 car from Christchurch, Kevin Clive, has the 591P car of Wayne Hemi. The 144 car of Tim Ross has his pairing of 2NZ Adam Joblin beside him. The 25 car from Christchurch of Lloyd Jennings has the 52 car of Scott Joblin beside him. 19 Malcolm Nartai has the 3NZ machine of Jordan Deere on his outside. The 126 car of Asher Rees has the 1NZ machine of William Humphreys beside him. The 87C car of Matt Lunham will have the 26S car of Mitch Vickery beside him. And a final row will see 18N of Shane Harwood have the 87B car of Thomas Stanaway beside him. Once again, 15 laps. Let's get into it. And we'll join our commentary team very shortly of Jared Toyton, Tony Truenard and Ivan McPhail. Heat number 2 for the 2018 Battle of the Stocks. Brought to us by Suck It Up.
Chad Ace just at the pit gate there, as is the 126C of Asher Rees. Just touching back on the 9C car, the Hamilton car, that car, it didn't actually snap the cam belt, it just, by the comments that I've got from one of the crew, I didn't want to get in too close. They pulled the cover off and it started stripping the belt, and it must have moved inside there. So instead of wrecking a motor, you've got to pull the front off those Toyotas to get to it. So yeah, it's going to be a big job for those guys in the morning.
Well, it's probably better than the job it is with a Nissan, because I've been involved in taking apart one of those Nissan V8s, and they're horrible by the time you get all the timing sorted. But certainly, yeah, it is. It's one of those things. If the belt jumps a tooth or the belt strips out or a tension is going inside there, that becomes very expensive. You go from being a few $100s worth of parts to a couple of $100 worth of scrap alloy.
Yeah, exactly. So just wanted to reiterate that. I heard you storm before. It hadn't snapped the cam belt and done motor damage as far as I was aware. But hopefully the Bleach Motorsport, they're a pretty professional team. So they'll do their best to get that car back out there. From Marmator, 1NZ, William Humphries. Mitch Vickery in behind him as they cruise around.
How much driving do you reckon there is in the Humphries tow vehicle when they go anywhere, particularly when Will did pretty well in the stock car?
Yep.
And let's be fair, this track doesn't bring back fond memories for Craig at a New Zealand title level. How much driving do you reckon the boy gives the father as they travel around the countryside?
Mate, there's bound to be plenty. It's bound to be plenty. So. But it's good looking at the event this year and looking at some of these new young fellas that have come through. You've got Levine, you know, it's not his first rodeo on this circuit. You've got Randall Tarrant, you know, you've got Humphries coming down here. Ward. You've got Ward's back for another run. Young Eulenberg. Mate, these guys, yes, it's as quality field as a New Zealand title. Don't get me wrong there, but most New Zealand titles, there'll be 24, 26 cars, 32, something special.
There's a difference about this racing too, though, because this is pure Superstock racing. In a championship like a New Zealand title, you're going to have those guys on the second night that drop to the pole line, their club mates, they're trying to do some damage. This is racing, so a lot of these guys can come here with a certain level of security. They're not going to go home with a bucket of bolts at the end of the night. They're going to race hard, they're going to break some bits, there's going to be some incidents, there's going to be some cars tipped over.
Yep.
But it's not a malice attack. It's a hard racing. It's challenging racing. It's got the cars at full note. One thing I do know is the North Island drivers love about this track. At the end of the grandstand, literally at the end of the grandstand, is where you're lifting off the throttle. Nowhere else in the country are you that hard on the gas for that long a time.
Oh, exactly. And as you say, with these young fellas coming in, you look at the names, and just even locally, Ross, his father racing. You look at O'Brien, Regan races. You look at Tarrant, Beetle race. You look at Ward, father Graham. You know, Humphries, as we spoke about,
even
Stanaway,
even the Levines.
The Levines, you know, they're all next generation racers, and they're showing that they've got the goods.
They certainly have. It is one of those challenges. This is a hard event. It's consistency over even Wayne's son racing the tank at the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
So there is a real camaraderie amongst these guys, but it is going to be hard, fast racing. 1 of 6 races down, without a shootout included in all of that. We are just at the very beginning of the 25th Battle of the Stocks as Shane Harwood just wants to start finish line there. Isn't it awesome to see the 18 car back out on the track?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
It's too good a car to get done.
Yeah, exactly. So, as our pace truck pulls across, they'll line them up. Tarrant and Bright on the front row. Next coming up, Ward and Hill.
Just noticing this 971 car's got a B on the side of it, not the traditional P.
Yeah, and I'm led to believe it's going to be contracted to Hawke's Bay next year as well. So
it makes the Hawkeyes an interesting prospect if he chooses to go down that path.
I'll try and ask the captain. Regan O'Brien's here, who's still in the Hawkeyes, so I'll try and touch base with him and find out some inside bully.
It's not like Mad Mike the has-been.
Mad Mike.
Oh, did I say that out loud? I'm really
He's probably listening, mate. He'll come down.
That's the whole goal, is to get him racing here.
As we line up for the second heat, we'll suck it up. Battle of the Stocks. 25 years.
I just elbowed Tony by pure accident, and I think I might have done some bodily damage.
How are we looking for the first corner pile-up? O'Brien and Eulenberg. We go back to Rob and Bryce Steiner. Ogle's on his own with the 9C car out. Zippy's zipping, the pace car's gone. And we're away and racing. Listen to the roar as we hit turn 1. Who's out wide? Randall's up high. Oh, there's a big pile up. Somebody's been fed in. Is that Brownlee's? Brownlee's in full Ogle in turn 1 and 2. Somebody else is into it. And there's Sparks as they fly down there. Who's that hydroplaning across the infield? Asher Rees. That's Joblin in the 52 that got spat out earlier on. Massive pile up in turn 4. Tarrant been turned round. Wright's taken the lead at this stage, and we've got Hill, Nelson 1, 2, 3 at the moment with Brett Nichols sitting in behind. Here comes Ward in the 971, we go red. Wow.
That was chaos. Asherie sliding through the infield. Now I've gone through there, not at that speed, but it's certainly...
Maybe on your lawnmower.
Oh no, I've heard the tank slip through there, courtesy of Mark Taylor. But yeah, certainly Chad Ace had a sort of a start. He got put round sideways, and he had...
Looking at the Burger King replay.
And Ogle and Brownlee's gone by themselves.
Yep.
Somehow Chad Ace managed to straighten up. It looks like
Joplin getting turned round.
Yeah, the 52 car, they're just bouncing around. Asherie's nothing but just a glancing tap there from one of the from Wayne Hemming.
As we go green again, we're away and racing. 118R car. Then we've got the 2 instead of Joplin. Can't quite see who's on the outside of him. Looks like Malcolm Nartai. Here comes Lance Ashton. He's taken a dive up the inside of Ross in the 144 car. As they come out of turn 4, then we go back to Andy McCabe, Kevin Clive, Wayne Hemmy, Humphreys, Lyman, Jordan Deere, Levine, Vickery. We go back to Stanaway, Uhlenberg, Rob. As they go through again for another lap. Back up the front we go. TNN. Bright still has the lead at this stage over his Nelson club mate Brett Nichols. Car over there, O'Brien seems to have parked as they all manage to avoid him at this stage. He gets it going again. He's away. Down the back straight, the leader, TNN, Alex Bright from Nelson. Brett Nichols goes up high. Steiner gets half turned around and gets spat around. Bit of a pile up as they come out of 3 and 4. Cars up the wall. Nartai's involved. Everybody seems to get involved in there. Levine's there. Steiner's back onto it again. Here comes Joplin up the inside of McCabe as we go into turn 1 and 2. This is just a pre-cold. Oh, McCabe's up and over the front of somebody. They're stuck together. They just pull off there. That's the 52 of Joplin. He's having a nightmare of a run this heat. They part. Someone's thrown the water over them. Our leader, as they go down the back straight. Right in the 10N car, Brett Nichols. It's about a gap of a half a dozen. Then there's a gap of about a dozen back to the 95N car of Alex Hill. Lance Ashton in the 23 car. Here comes Wayne Hemmy, 591 up the inside of Ashton. Now he's working on Hill. Hill drifts up wide. Hemmy's thereabouts. Ashton's coming back up the inside as it's a bit of a drag stroke going down the back. Hill, Hemmy, Ashton. There we go back. McCabe's in there. Humphreys, Mitch Vickery, Jordan Deere. The leaders come past us for another lap. Shane Harwood's giving Lyman a bit of a push out of the way. As they go into 1 and 2. A couple of lap cars in between him and Brett Nichols, who's sitting in second. Is that Chad Ace just turning himself around again in 3 and 4. But Bright at this stage is our race leader. Here comes Brett Nichols, about to shoot up the inside of Randall. Tarrant in the 66 machine, put him a lap down. As they come through, Steiner's a bit slow. Asherie shoots up the inside there. The pace is hectic. Lap times at the moment, looking at a 19.4. So that's where our laps are. The leaders going down the back straight. Right, Nichols is still hanging on into second. Here comes Hemmy into third. A lot of lap cars. Tarrant just goes round. Backs it in. His car up against the wall as well. I can't quite see who that is. Steiner's got some smoke rubbing from his rear wheels. As we go through, let's look at it. Bright, Nichols, Hemmy, Ashton, Hill, Humphreys, Vickery, Deere, Nartai. Lap 11. They just come past us again. The pace is hot. 3NZ, Jordan Deere trying to put a bit of work on 1NZ Humphreys. Here comes Vickery trying to get up the inside of him. Sparks are flying as Chad Ace rubs the wall. But our race leader comes past the start finish line now. 10N, Alex Bright. He's controlling this race at this stage. Wayne Hemmy's catching him though. The black car of Asherie's in between them. Bright's doing well. White flag looks like it's about to come out. Can he hang on? Hemmy's coming. Here comes it. Gone red. Wow, Jared, the pace is a scorcher.
The pace is an absolute scorcher. You wouldn't want to be a part-time has-been or never was to be out there, because you just get spat out. There's a lot of very experienced and talented drivers out there that are really struggling to keep that pace consistent over these 15 laps.
Oh, it's just crazy pace. A great drive from young Alex Bright, the TNN car. Yes, he was near the front. Oh, and look at the damage on the Burger King replay.
Yeah,
that 31P, Andy McCabe.
Oh yeah, there's McCabe. He's just ripped the whole centre out of that wheel. It looks like, just seeing who's got him.
When he got tied up there in that corner, I'd say.
Just waiting for the impact there. But Steiner, lucky to get away with that. He's got the press wheel gate against the wheel. If the tyre just holds up, this is probably going to allow a chance for it to cool down. But once again, you cross up, everybody feels obliged to hit you as they come around. And everybody does, judging by the Burger King replays that we've been seeing tonight up here. Interestingly enough, a lot of these drivers, it's about how quickly they can regain their composure. Earlier in that race though, Joblin and McCabe just climbed over that front left, and the 95 car there under the red, they're pulling to the infield. They had to somehow disconnect each other.
Wayne Hemme sitting in second spot, about 3 car lengths behind. Started off grid 20, Alex Bright off grid 1. So he's made up some spots. He loves winding that forward out down here, that's for sure.
Well, this is probably one of the tracks, probably one of the few places that can get that big cornet forward at full note. And you see it with him and Jordan here. Those cars are rocket ships. Of course, tonight sporting the black side rails courtesy of their time in the Panthers.
Tony's just pointing out some info. 19.06 for Hemme.
We're thinking it'll be a lap record.
19.07 for Joblin and 52 as well. So, you know, these guys are quick.
I'm actually curious to know what the lap records are. I'm going to flip through the back of the Dirt Talk 25-year program.
As we see Hemme coming through on the replay. Right, that car's off the track. We're about to go green again. Can Alex Bright hang on? 3/4 of a lap. And we go green. Bright's away. So's Hemme. Here comes Hemme. He's up the inside of him. Bright just missed the start. Hemme's flying down the back straight, just pulls away. Sparks off the Rees car. Oh, geez. They all managed to avoid Rob. Harley Roberts. How the heck did they avoid that?
Well, the good thing is the car's painted like a road cone, so the health and safety officer has done that job. But wow, that must have been a bit where you look in the mirrors and hoping for it.
You've got Tim Ross out by the wall as well. So yes, look at the Burger King replay as they come through. Oh,
yep.
Alex Bright just pulled to the infield a wee bit to avoid the.
That was...
It was going to be ugly if he hadn't. It could have hurt somebody.
I'd say we would have had a wee sleep if we'd made contact, and it would have been both drivers.
So, what do we got?
A drag race.
100 metres, they're side by side.
This is big Ford versus big Toyota. Hemme versus Bright.
The worst thing is, looking at it, Steiner's just... Yes, have a look at this screen here for the ones that can see it. Steiner's just there or thereabouts. Will Hemme push him up a wee bit high?
Of course he's going.
Oh, exactly. They're side by side there.
But Bright has got to slap that front right at him on the start.
Bright's just got to turn left and nail it and just try and get the win. Or are you happy for the second place and take the points? It's over 6 races.
Yeah, they're competitors. And they've got bars. So this is going to be literally not even a quarter mile, not even an eighth of a mile, probably about a 100-metre drag race.
So the infield's starting to look the car park at Riccarton Mall on a Christmas Eve. Just in there, Fields there, Hill, Self, McCabe, Rob, and about to be the 144 of Tim Ross.
Wow, you look behind them too, Asher Rees, Nichols, and we've got a Joblin in there.
See, Rees is down a wee bit, and Joblin, I think, he's a back marker as well.
And this is going to be interesting because the concern here, one of these drivers could throw it away completely, because the rule is the light goes out, you pause for up to 5 seconds.
Yep.
Now we know that people get itchy left legs in 5 seconds, and those clutches drop.
Those clutches are real heavy.
Yeah. And some of these drivers, their feet don't go all the way to the floor. We are...
As they pull the car to the infield, we'll be about to go green very shortly. Reds are still on. 100-metre dash. Who's going to take the second heat? Reds are out. We're around racing. And it's going to be Wayne Hemi. Oh, Wright just gives him a bit of bumper at the same time. Hemi takes the win from 10 in Alex Wright. And then we'll go back to Brett Nichols, Lance Ashton, Jordan Deere, Mitch Vickery. The rest of the field come on through behind Vickery. Have Nartide, Humphreys, Stanaway, Levine, Adam Joplin, Blair Eulenberg, Alex Hill. As it just resets itself. But we knew it was going to be fast off that restart.
It was. Hemi there has won it by 0.1 of a second. Now put that into context. When you blink your eye, that's half a second.
Exactly.
So he has, but the big Ford just upped and leapt away. You could see that Bright had turned down a little bit. By then, Hemi had gone.
Yep.
So a little bit of experience. No, interesting to watch on the replay. Not nearly as much wheel spin as Alex got. So he may have feathered the throttle in or just been on the best bit of dirt.
Yeah, for sure. And Kevin Clive came in looking at our ALS, came in 11th. That's Wayne Hemi's partner for the weekend. So all Kevin's got to do is keep circulating, picking up points. Hemi's banking some good dollars.
Yeah, some very good points there for Hemi. But of course, you've got to be consistent. It's interesting to watch that car on the Burger King replay there before Ivan. The whole car almost wheel standing as he came off the start.
Yep.
We know we've got the saloons up next. The Superstocks feed themselves back into the pits. It's getting exciting. We're a third of the way into it. 2 races down, 4 more for the 25 years of Battle of the Stocks, courtesy of Ampro Professional Tools. It's getting pretty interesting now.
Wayne Hemi, mate, 2 from 2 tonight. You hope to make it 3 from 3. It was awesome racing out there.
Oh, it's a really fast racing, and I probably got a lucky break here and there. There's a few pile-ups that I slid through, and I was just probably lucky more than speed or skill, Phil. But yeah, we'll take the win. It was a hard win because we 3 cars on the line. You know, we had to have a drag race down there, so it was all good fun.
Good stuff, and it looks like you've got the car hooked up as well.
Yeah, the car's going okay. You know, like we're obviously always trying to find a bit more speed, so we're looking at, thinking about tomorrow as well. We've got to go up a gear, so we've got a few tricks up our sleeve.
Good stuff. Best of luck for the rest of the evening, and good luck tomorrow.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Wayne Hemi.
Wayne Hemi reckons he has a few tricks up his sleeve for tomorrow. If he's not fast enough tonight, he's got more to come.
Right, down here in pit lane, Woodford Glen Speedway, we're going to have an update on the 2018 Battle of the Stocks best pairs. Now leading the way in the best pairs is Jordan Deere and Malcolm Nartine on at 113 points. Wayne Hemi and Kevin Clive sitting in second place on 107 points. Randall Tarrant and Alex Bright sitting in third place on 104. And Keegan Levine and Jacob Brownlees on 82 points are in fourth place. Rounding out the top 5, Lance Ashton and Nick Self on 77 points. It's going to be a tight battle at the top.
Heat number 3 for the 2018 Suck It Up Battle of the Stocks is about to get underway, and this is the way they'll line up. The 5 car of Keegan Levine will have the 23 car of Jacob Brownlees beside him. 87B of Thomas Stanaway will have the 18 car of Shane Harwood beside him. 26S Mitch Vickery will have the 87C car of Matt Lunham beside him. 282 Phil Ogle has 9 Jamie Hamilton. The 1NZ of Will Humphreys has the 126 car of Asher Rees. 118R of Bryce Steiner has 991C car of Harley Robb. The 3NZ of Jordan Deere has 19 Malcolm Nartiners outside. The 28S car of Blair Eulenberg will see the 52 car of Kieran O'Brien beside him. 52P will line up next, Scott Joplin, with the 25C car of Lloyd Jennings beside him. 4P of Chad Ace has 48 Brett Nichols from Nelson beside him. The 2NZ machine of Adam Joplin has 144 from Christchurch Tim Ross right beside him. The 971B car of Jaden Ward will have the 95 car beside him. him, and that is Alex Hill. 591P car of Wayne Hemi has 4 Kevin Clive on his outside. The 66B of Randall Tarrant has the 10N of Alex Bright beside him, and the final row will see the 23 car from Rotorua of Large Aston will having 12C of Nick South right beside him. 15 laps, it's the final heat for the first night of the 2018 Suck It Up Battle of the Stocks.
Zippy's down the back. He's just pulling them into line and getting them all up bumper to bumper. Righto kids, stand back from the fence. We're about to go green. We've been excited and we're away and racing. Brownlee's off to a flyer as we go into turn 1 and 2. 23C Brownlee's leads us at this stage. On the outside, Harwood coming up the inside. 87B, Thomas Stanaway. Levine's in behind them, McCabe. Then we go back to Mitch Vickery. Here comes the 1NZ of Humphreys. Trevor Lyman goes up high, gets out loose, and he's going to be ping-pong balled. Harley Robb, he's turned around facing the wall. There's a massive pile-up. Steiner's in there. Who else is in there? We can see another yellow car. Definitely Lyman, the 99. Eulenberg's in there. Also Asher Rees, back up the front. Stanaway's taken over the lead as they come out of 4. Thomas Stanaway, Shane Harwood now shoots up the inside, the 18N car. He takes the lead off Stanaway. Jacob Rowland still holding third. Then we go back to Andy and McCabe, Humphreys, Jordan Deere, Levine, Vickery, Nartai. Hemi's coming through. Terrence on the outside of him. Then we go Joblin, Kevin Clive, another pile up in turn 4. Chad, who's in there? Levine's in amongst that. Oh, as they're bouncing everywhere. Terrence up the wall, he comes back down. Joblin's getting ping-ponged everywhere in the 2NZ car. It's all on for young or old as they go through 1 and 2, 4, 5 wide as they come out going down the back straight. We've got Sparks, Terrence up there. Ross is on the outside. These guys are flying. Our leader at this stage is going through turn 1 and 2. Shane Harwood from Nelson, Thomas Stanaway sitting in behind him. Then we'll go back to Jacob Brownlee's in the 23. Mitch Vickery sparking the wall as they go through. Here comes Malcolm Nartai. Lyman just pulls out of the way, reverses off the track. Another lap down for the lead cars. In behind Nartai we've got 31P. That'll be Andy McCabe. Then we go back to Wayne Hemi. Eulenberg's picked up the pace again. Here comes Jordan Deere, not far from behind him. Humphreys is there, thereabouts as well, as is Brent Nichols. Alex Bright, Tim Ross. And the leaders come through again. Harwood's coming under all sorts of pressure from Stanaway. Vickery's on the back bumper of the 23C car of Brownlee's. Brownlee's goes up high, Vickery's shoot down low underneath him. Harwood's still got it over Stanaway at this stage. Vickery's taken the third spot off Brownlee's. Then we go back to, here comes Wayne Hemi, just shot up the inside of Malcolm Nartai. So now Hemi's up into 5th spot. Nartai drops back 1. Then we go back to McCabe in the 31P. Eulenberg. Then we go Jordan Deere, William Humphreys, Bright, Nichols. Here comes Joblin in the 2NZ, Chad Ace, Harley Robson amongst here, Eulenberg. He's going around the outside of Deere at this stage in the 3NZ car. But our leaders, they're going through turns 3 and 4. Harwood's still got it at this stage. Steiner's just cruising up around the wall. There must be an issue with that car. Fields is up in the wall behind him. Also on the outside is Tarrant in the 66 car, so they're just cruising for points. Harwood's gone. He's opened up quite a big spot now. He's got half a dozen to 8 over Stanaway. Oh, Brownlee's has just had something come off his car and lost the front end. As they come past us, can we see? Front suspension by the look of it.
Shock absorber by the looks of the Ivan.
No, Harwood's still taking it at this stage. He's our race leader. Just coming through now, picking up some back markers. First one will be O'Brien, who shoots up the inside of Joblin. Going down the back straight, he's up the inside himself. They go into 3 and 4. Harwood's eased up a wee bit, just trying to get through some of these back markers as they're sitting down low on the pole line. He's got 3 cars in front of him. He racks off another lap. Harwood's just completed 12. Levine's up high now against the wall. These guys are all running for points. Brownlee's just run running for points, keeping it going. But your leader, Shane Harwood, he's just watching this all unfold at this stage. As he comes round for another lap. Second spot, still 87B. Stanaway, Thomas Stanaway. Then we go back to Mitch Vickery. Nartai, he's got past Hemi. Then we go back to Andy McCabe. Jordan Dare, William Humphreys. But white flag this time round. Shane Harwood takes the white. He's got a dozen over Vickery, who's just got past Stanaway. Nartai's coming under pressure from Hemi. Then we go McCabe. Then Jordan Dare, William Humphreys. As they go round, our race leader, 18 in from Nelson, Shane Harwood takes a checkered flag. And it's Thomas Stanaway shot back underneath Mitch Vickery. Nartai, Hemi, McCabe, Jordan Dare, William Humphreys, Eulenberg, Rob, Wright, Hill, O'Brien, Nichols. We go to Ace, Ogle, Ross, Joplin. That's how it went, Jared.
Well, race fans, if you're experiencing a little bit of deja vu, it's fair enough. Third year in the row, after the first night of racing, Wayne Hemi goes to the shootout, top on points.
Well, there you go.
Now, I'm not a betting man, but let's just say that he gets the option to run off the back to double points. Let's just say Jordan Dare has qualified for the shootout. Because looking at the ELS, that is exactly the cards that are played out right now. What do you think Wayne Hemi is going to do tomorrow night, Ivan, when you're on the infield and you ask him?
When I'm on the infield and I ask him that tomorrow night, I'm picking it's going to be the same answer as he gave us last year. The fans want to see a race, and they put on a great show last year. Can he do the three-peat? He's won the top 10 shootout the last 2 years.
Courtesy of Jordan Dere's efforts.
Exactly. So, hey, we'll catch up with him on the infield tomorrow night before the start of the meeting, and we'll find out what he's going to do. I'm picking he's going to take the challenge. Mate, if you want to force him into taking the challenge, get onto Woodford Glen's website, Facebook page, put your comments in, and we can put it to Wayne. Go into Wayne's Facebook page.
We know he reads that.
And he reads that, and he will comment. Mate, see if Wayne Hemi's going to take up the challenge. Put a bit of pressure on him and get on his Facebook page.
I don't think it's any pressure.
He loves the challenge, and he'll take it with two hands. So, hey, there's your race winner, Shane Harwood from Nelson.
Right, down here with Shane Harwood, mate, 18 in. Congratulations, you won your last heat there. You paired up with Thomas Stanaway. It was a good night for you?
Yeah, I had a couple of dud runs the first two races with a flat tyre and a computer plug coming out, but managed to get it together for that last one. So see how we get on tomorrow night and try and bank some points.
That's the one. Couple of hard hits out there as well?
Yeah, no, there's been a few people going left, right and centre, but it always happens. This is a fast track and the surface is pretty slippery, so you got to keep it pretty tidy.
That's right. I'm not entirely sure where you're sitting on the points. There's a little bit of confusion surrounding all of that at the moment. But what's your tact with Thomas for tomorrow night?
Well, we both had a couple of average races first up tonight, so we just need to put in 3 good heats tomorrow night and sort of see where it finishes up.
Well, thank you very much and best of luck for tomorrow night.
Wicked, cheers, thank you.
The 2018 Suck It Up Battle of the Stocks, night number 1 comes to an end, and if we have a look at our leaderboard, we can see that the 3NZ of Jordan Dare and 19C Malcolm Nartai are taking the charge with 170 points. Back there in second spot, we'll see the 591P of Wayne Hemi, 2 wins tonight, with the 4 car of Kevin Clive sitting on 153. A 66B of Randall Tarrant and the 10N of Alex Bright clocking out 138 points after the first night. The 87B of Thomas Stanaway and the 18 18N of Shane Harwood with 132 points, and rounding out the top 5 of those pairs, the 2NZ of Adam Joblin and the 144C car of Tim Ross are sitting on 108 points. So a good wee start for the 3NZ and the 19 of Malcolm Natai. Can they take it on and take it through to night number 2? Stay tuned to the Pits TV to find out.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Ampro Tools Woodford Glen Speedway down here, Kaiapoi, Christchurch, for the 25th running of the Battle of the Stocks, brought to you by Suck It Up Limited. I'm alongside Ivan McPhail. Night 2. It's going to be hectic, but how was night 1 from your point of view?
Oh, night 1 was great, wasn't it, Billy? You know, like the big guns shone to the front, eh? You know, like Wayne Hemi, Malcolm Natai, Thomas Stanaway, they're all thereabouts. What about yourself?
Oh, I thought it was fantastic. I mean, I've never seen anything quite like it. You know, the closest I've come to this sort of thing is was the Teams Champs in Palmy in February. So, you know, it's really spectacular to see, and I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and the joy about the second night with the top 10 shootout, the TWS top 10 shootout, as we say, those guys in the top 10 to 12, they're going to go out there. Bit of a conspiracy. Last couple of years, Jordan Deere has blocked for Wayne Hemi. Will he do that again tonight? His partner, Malcolm Natai, sitting 3rd on points. Jordan Deere sitting 2nd on points. They'll want to take the points and go through to the main deal to take those big trophies, but Wayne being the challenger, he'll want to try and take the extra money, but interesting. Let's see what happens.
That's right. We saw an impressive display of driving from Wayne Hemi last night. It was the first 2 heats I think he took out in that one, with another driver taking out the 3rd one. So I've got the points in my hot little hand, and indeed it is Wayne Hemi sitting on 95 points in first place, followed by his teammate, the 3NZ, that is Jordan Deere, in the with 86 points. So it'll be interesting to see whether those two team up. Of course, they're not paired together, so we're going to see. It's just going to be interesting to see how it all goes.
Yeah, well, we've heard a bit of a whisper that Malcolm's already said that if Jordan stops and starts blocking for Wayne, Jordan's going to get some of Malcolm's bumper. So hey, let's hype that up and let's see what happens. But hey, there's some good cars in that top 12 shootout, and it's going to be a good spectacle. You know, there's still another 3 heats after that event to find the winner of the 2018 Suck It Up Battle of the Stocks.
That's right. It's going to be interesting, and as you just said, Malcolm Natai 3rd in points and sitting on 84 points. So it's going to be a very heated night. Ivan will be up in the commentary box calling majority of the Superstock races, so stay tuned. We'll go and grab some interviews.
Tell you what though, boy oh boy. Oh man! The Trollop landed over them. But it's battle stations. White flag comes out. She's on for young and old, this one.
Has he got the job done? Looks like he has on the inside.
The pace is electric out in front.
91P, that is Wayne Hemi, the Red Walker, mate. That was awesome racing last night.
Yeah, we strung a few good races together, but yeah, we got our lucky breaks and a little bit of skill there, I suppose. But yeah, it was a good result. But put myself in an awkward position now because I've got to choose whether I want to go off the front or the rear of the grid for the shootout. So,
and any idea whether you might go off the front or the back?
Well, you know, I'm in 2 minds really because I got Jordan Deere and he's paired up with Natai and they're leading the points, and you know I've lost Jordan Deere in the shootout because he's chasing points and he's kind of focused on that. So if I decide to go off the back, I'll be going off alone. So it'll be a hard race to tackle that by yourself. And I know that I probably won't get up to the front, so I'm going to be throwing away my points. So it's just what it is. But you know, we're here to put a show on, and we'll have to decide later.
That's right. So maybe start off the front and try and run away with it.
Well, I know if I start off the front, you know, I've probably got a good chance of winning that race and getting the points, and we need the points as well. So it's quite difficult because, you know, like I know what I should be doing, and I should be going off the front, but I know what the crowd want to do. They want me to go off the back. So you know, I'm just kind of a bit mixed really. So, and losing Jordan in that role is, you know, without Jordan we wouldn't have won for the last 2 years either. So we know.
Okay, well, Wayne Hemi, best of luck tonight. I know it's not going to be easy, so get your game face on and push on.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. All good.
Thank you. Down here with current 3NZ and sitting second in the points is Jordan Deere, mate. You've got your best mate Wayne Hemi alongside you, but you're not paired up with him, so what's your tact going to be?
Yeah, I mean, I had a good night last night. I got tangled up in the last one, but other than that, we had a good night, so managed to come through second. And Malcolm, my pair for the weekend, in third, so we're top on the pairs points, so we're stoked with that. But obviously, Wayne topped the individual, so the shootout might be an interesting race.
I need you in the shootout, mate. I need you, mate. Come on, tough it up.
There we have it. No pressure.
It's going to be a night full of games then, mate, on and off track.
Yeah, I mean, we have to play our cards right. We don't want to lose track of winning the pairs, but to go three-peat in that shootout would be pretty awesome, so we'll just have to see what happens.
Still manages to keep a straight face. Thank you very much, Jordan Deere.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers. All right, down here in the 19C, Malcolm Natai, mate, you had a pretty decent night last night. You're sitting third in the points, and your best mate, Jordan Deere, sitting in second.
Yeah, there's only 1 point between me and him, and 2 between Hemi that's winning it. So, hey, well, let's see what happens later on.
Good stuff. So what's your tact going to be with Wayne Hemi up front?
Oh, well, hopefully he gets out of our way, but if not, he'll get pushed out of the way. But, yeah, I'm sure there'll be plenty of people looking at him and us. So, yeah, we'll see how the night pans out.
That's right. What was your take on the racing last night?
Yeah, it was hard and fast, lots of action, quite a few DNFs were interesting, so that'll pay out tonight. You know, there's a lot of points not being grabbed, so yeah, after the 12 shootout, we'll see how it goes, and every race is points, so you've got to finish every one. We're hoping to get enough points before the last heat that we don't even have to go in it, but that's hard work to do that, but we'll see how we go.
That's right, and of course your company, Suck It Up Limited, is the title sponsor of the Battle of Stocks this year, so it must be great to have the company on board for an event like this.
Yeah, we've been proud. We've been sponsoring it through Suck It Up and other companies I've managed for the last 8 or 10 years. Comes along with my personal masseuse, Jordan Deere. Good to see the partner keep me soft, and yeah, no, he's a great pair to have, and we'll put on a good show tonight.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for sponsoring such a great event. Of course, the 25th anniversary of Battle of the Stocks. Best of luck tonight, Malcolm Natai.
Yeah, thank you.
Cheers. All right, welcome to Ampro Tools pit lane here at Woodford Glen. In my hot little hand, I have got the points for the best pairs of the 25th anniversary Battle of the Stocks, brought to you by Suck It Up Limited. Leading the way on 170 points is Jordan Deere and Malcolm Natai. Sitting in second place, Wayne Hemi and Kevin Clive on 153 points. Randall Tarrant and Alex Bright in third place on 138 points. So it's going to be a hot battle in this top 10 shootout, or top 12 shootout, sorry, but look out later on when the heat races begin.
Wayne Hemi is a chap that's won this TWS Top 10 shootout a couple of times. You're highest on the individual points again tonight, Wayne, so the challenge is for you. Mate, we've twisted the promoter's arm and the sponsor's arm. She's $1,500 if you can do it from the back. Are you up for the challenge, or are we going to pass it down to the next car?
Well, first of all, you know, like the last 2 years I have won it, and it's just not a solo effort. I've had Jordan Deere running shotgun with me, so you know, we've run together and we've won it both. You know, like tonight, the problem we've got here is Jordan's, you know, up leading the points, the pairs, and he's got to focus on that, so he doesn't really want to ruin his chances by blocking for me. So I've decided that I will run off the back and I'll be running solo.
Well done, Wayne. That's a big effort, and mate, your car's been flying around here. You love this track. It opens up the legs, and you proved that last night. You're at the point end again tonight. You just love coming down here for this thing.
Yeah, I like the track, and you know, my car certainly is hooked up here. And hey, you know, it's a really good event, really good club, and it's fun to come down here. And this is normally the end of my season. And yeah, I'm just going to give everything I can tonight and see what happens.
No worries. Thanks, Wayne. All the best for the challenge tonight, and thanks for taking it up. Would have been there, but he's taken the challenge and off the back. Kids, stand back. This is just a smaller version of what's to come. We're about to go green. We are racing. Jordan Deere's on the brakes. He's slowing them all up. Natai's taken off. Vickery's gone, fired out against the wall into turn one. 19C, Malcolm Natai takes the lead as they go down the back straight for the first time, followed by 87B, Thomas Stanaway. There we go. Joblin in the 2NZ, Brett Nichols. Then we go to the 591. Wayne Hemi's come from the back. He's up into fourth spot already. He's shooting up the inside of Brett Nichols. Here comes Joplin in the 52, Humphreys in the 1NZ. Then we go back to the 23 of Lance Ashton. Kevin Clive's thereabouts. Then we go back to Alex Bright, Mitch Vickery, Jordan Deere. He's at the rear. He sat on the brakes and let his teammate Malcolm go. Malcolm Nartai puts another lap off, followed hard by the 87B of Thomas Stanaway. Then we go back to 2NZ Adam Joplin. Wayne Hemmy's up into that 4th spot. Can he make up? What are we? Lap 2. Brett Nichols. Here comes William Humphreys in the 1NZ. Then we go back to Scott Joplin, just turns himself round. Everybody manages to avoid him. And behind Humphreys, 23R, Lance Ashton. The gap's closing a wee bit up the front. Kevin Clive. Then we go back to Alex Bright in the 10N car, Jordan Deere, Mitch Vickery, and the 52 of Joplin. Back up the front we go. They're coming through Enviro Waste. Malcolm Nartai in the Suck It Up Limited sponsored car. Past the start finish. Hot on his heels is the 87B of Stanaway. Then we go back to the 2NZ, which is Adam Joplin, 591, Master Blaster. Wayne Hemme, he's trying to run them down. Humphreys is there, Nichols is there, Lala's just on the outside of him. Stanaway's got up the inside of Nartai. He's taken over the lead as they go through 1 and 2. Mitch Vickery just kept coming back out on the track on the back straight. Stanaway leads Nartai at this stage as they go into Enviro Waste. Coming out of turn 4, not much else is happening at this stage. The race is for 1st and 2nd. Stanaway's opening up a bit of a gap. Nartai's going to shoot up the inside of Vickery, just slides him out of the way. Joplin in the 2NZ machine still in that 3rd spot. Hemmy's just hard on his bumper now. Hemmy's closed the gap right up. Here he goes, he's going to give him some bumper. Slide up the inside. Vickery sideways. Hemmy's caught up. He's up over the front of him and he's away again. He's still hanging on to that 4th spot. He's dropped the back bit. What's going to happen here? Humphreys has taken over the 3rd in the 1NZ machine. Hemmy's gone out wide. This has opened up the door. Lala in the 23R car. He's shooting up the inside. Joplin's on the outside of him in the 2NZ machine. But back up the front. Stanaway leads us at this stage from Nartai. Humphreys in a gap of half a dozen of Hemme, Ashton, Joplin, Nichols, Vickery, Bright, Kevin Clive, Jordan Deere. Joplin in the 52. Jordan Deere's slowing up a wee bit. Is he going to wait and try and help his teammates so they grab some maximum points? White flag. Joplin is slowed up as well. The 52 machine of Scott Joplin, he's just sitting there. I don't think these guys are going to have enough. Let's see. Stanaway is the leader. They've parked up. Here comes Jordan Deere. Joplin's blocking Jordan Deere. Stanaway takes the win of the shootout. Second will be Nartai. Then we go back to Humphreys, Wayne Hemme, Lance Ashton, Joplin, Nichols, Jordan Deere, Bright, Vickery, Kevin Clive. So, Jared, bit of tactics going on there with a couple of guys slowing up.
Well, the interesting one there was we never really picked up that Mitch Vickery's partner was, or is, Stanaway. So that moment where Wayne Hemme did the big dive down the Enviro Waste, that probably was the point that cost him the opportunity to go forward. But Mitch did exactly what he needed to do. He got a little bit in there, gave a bit of uncertainty to some of those drivers. Thomas Stanaway, though, taking it away.
Right down here in pit lane, ladies and gentlemen, very windy, very cold, but I'd imagine it's very, very warm inside these Superstocks just behind me. They're going out for their first heat of the night after a very heated top 12 shootout taken out by one of the Hawke's Bay cars. You've got Malcolm Nartai and Jordan Deere behind me. They are teammates and they'll be hunting down the 591P Red Walker of of Wayne Hemme. So it's going to be a very heated battle. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to get loose.
We've had some other guys that have been thereabouts. The late Gary Ellis, he did 20 years of Battle of the Stocks as well. There's other guys. Andy McCabe, he's here tonight. He's done, I think he's done about 14. So there's some guys here that have done quite a few, and there's the new ones coming through that's their first Battle of the Stocks. And I think it's a wee bit like a drug, once you get a taste of it, you want to keep that invite, keep coming back.
Well, this is one of those unique events. That, you go to North Island titles, South Island titles, GPs, New Zealand titles, and you know in that last race it's going to get ugly because you know that it's about club parochial behaviour when you know there's going to be carnage. This is actually some of the purest form of Superstock racing you can get. This is hard and fast. The hits aren't malice. Yes, they are hard. Yes, they are to do to promote yourself or disable other cars. But it's not about, it's no malice. This is effectively a gentleman's club that's going out and just hammering these Superstocks.
Oh, exactly, and like there's different forms of Superstock racing, and you see on book face people say, oh, there's not enough hitting. Mate, these guys are hard, fast and going. There's certain meetings for hitting, your teams races and stuff like that. This is going to be full on, so as they grid up.
Quite often those people aren't the ones that have been sitting in Superstocks
exactly.
and had a good wallet.
So as I said, folks, it's the first time here, 33. The noise will be louder, take off. Hang on to your neighbour, grab someone beside you. If you don't know them, you will after the first lap.
Maybe not, I've got Tony standing beside me.
Well seen, Nick Self off the front row. Outside him, the TWS 23R, Lance Ashton in behind him. 591, Wayne Hemi on his inside. Kevin Clive in the 4C. Tim Ross, looks like we're set to go. Hang on for the first corner. We're away and racing. Wee bit of a jump there, but Lala's gone. Wayne Hemi's in behind him. Bit of a bottle jam. Who's going out wide? Someone's bouncing off the wall. There's cars everywhere. Big pile up. One on its side. Will go red.
Oh, it's the 87B of Stanaway on his lid.
Wow.
That was not a great race to start if your number was 87 because he had Matt Loonham spear through the infield. And looks like in the big squeeze it was the 87B.
87.
Just tipped over, nothing too much. I think it was more body work than anything else. But they're having a wee chat to him. He's handed the steering wheel out. And as we watched the Burger King replay, courtesy of the Pits TV, it was Loonham just got missiled through the infield. A couple of drivers getting really colourful over where the pole line is. But Stanaway trying that outside line, he got squeezed out by Vickery Spun.
Vickery Spun, Shane Harwood's there.
Yeah, it was just a...
Jaden Ward's there, so...
Vickery Spin there seemed to be the cause of it, and everybody just got the squeeze on.
Oh, that was a turn one incident. Exactly why we said if you've got young ones, keep them back from the fence. Ryan brings in the red flag, lights will go out. And we're away and racing. Coming down to wreck up the first lap. 23R, Ashton, Hemi, Nartai, Joblin, Deere, Clive, Ross. Then we go back to Joblin, Breeze, Self, Humphreys, Bright. The pace is furious. As they go down, Joblin shoots up the inside of Clive. Asher Rees is just sitting in behind there watching what's going on. Wayne Hemi's putting a bit of pressure on Lala in the 23 car as they wreck another lap off. Hemi's trying to get up the inside. Ashton's holding the outside. Down the back straight, drag straight. Oh, the Ford's got a little bit more. Hemi jumps into the lead. Here comes Nartai. Oh, Ashton gives him a bit of bumper. Somebody else just got squared up there. Deere comes through. That was Joblin in the 52. Kevin Clive, Breeze, Joblin in the 2NZ. Humphreys 1NZ. Then we go back to Chad Ace, Alex Bright, Brent Nichols, Randall Tarrant, Tim Ross. As the field is coming through, they're fair flying. O'Brien pulls to the infield, right rear, flat. Hemi's still our leader at this stage as he comes past. Then we go back to Ashton, Nartai, Deere, Scott Joblin, Adam Joblin, Humphreys. Down the back straight. The leader at this stage. Got one turned round up in turn 4, can't quite see the number. 591, Wayne Hemi leads us from 23. Lance Ashton, Malcolm Nartai, Jordan Deers just shooting up the inside of his teammate. Then we go back to the 52 of Scott Joblin. And behind him, Adam Joblin in the 2NZ, Asher Rees in the 126, William Humphreys in the 1NZ, Kevin Clive in the 4C. Then we go back, Chan Ace. And behind Ace, we've got Alex Bright from Nelson, McCabe and Tarrant as they come through. Alex Hill, Jacob Brownlee, Phil Ogle, Tim Ross, Trevor Lyman, Eulenberg, Shane Harwood, Jaden Ward, Nick South, Levine, back up the front. Hemi just starting to work his way through the lap traffic as he goes underneath the 118 car of Steiner. Lance Ashton, Hemi's opened up a gap of half a dozen or so. About the same to Deere, who's in that third spot. Narto's just dropped back another one as Joblin's trying to go around the outside. Joblin. Oh, a bit of a shot there. Oh, huge hit.
Ward is just destroying linemen.
Just fired him in. They're parked up on turn 2. I just caught the end of it. Jared saw that. We'll catch up with it if they go to a red. But back up to a leader, Wayne Hemi. Lyman's trying to fire it up. They have gone red.
Yeah, this is one of those typical over fuels on the 99 car from Nelson as he tries to refire. But Ward served him a doozy, and I guess Jaden Ward is back at song. But as we watch the Burger King replay, Ward just picked him up literally in front of the hot dog stand down there. He fed him in, put him in sideways. When he bounced back off the wall, Ward turned right again and just slammed him again and popped him back up the wall. So interesting enough, he did it mostly with his side roll. There was no front bumper action there. It was, but he has cost himself a front left tyre on the 971.
The inside and Hemi. Deere's there in the mix as well. As they come out of 3 and 4, Ashton, he just avoids the slow Tim Ross. Then we go back to Jordan Deere. 87 Lunam's just on the infield. Jordan Deere in the 3NZ. He's coming out of turn 2 up the inside of Ashton as they go down the back straight. Hemi's now dropped back 3 or 4. Here he comes back into it. The lap traffic's where it's going to be. Who's that? Is that Vickery? They got partly sideways. As they shoot up the inside of him, Ashton's hanging on to this stage. Vickery tries chopping back down in front of Hemi. Hemi's up over the bonnet and he's over him. Rips the bonnet clean off. On to the infield. He spins up. There's Hemi. Vickery's got no bonnet. Back up to our leaders as the race continues. Jordan Deere, 3NZ, up the inside of the 23R car. The lap traffic is playing a part in this. Deere's now taken over the lead as they go through 1 and 2. Then we go back to Ashton in 23, looking for our third place car to beat Joblin in the 2NZ, Adam Joblin, then Malcolm Nartai. Asher Rees is hot on the heels of Humphreys in the 1NZ car. Deere racks off of another lap in the 3NZ machine. Lance Ashton sitting in that second spot, driving a brilliant race. Joblin in the 2NZ, Adam Joblin. He's coming on strong. Nartai's back into it again. White flag this time round. The laps have gone quite quick. Jordan Deere in that 3NZ machine. He's hanging on to the lead at this stage. Lance Ashton is in the second spot. Then we go back to Joblin in the 2NZ. Nartai. In behind Nartai we've got William Humphreys, Asher Rees, Scott Joblin, Alex Bright. But coming round turn 4. And taking the checkered flag will be the 3NZ Jordan Deere. Then we go back to Lance Ashton in the 23R. Adam Joblin, 2NZ, Malcolm Nartai, 19, Asher Rees picks up over William Humphreys in the 1NZ, Scott Joblin, Chad Ace, Alex Bright, Andy McCabe. That's your top 10. First heat of the night. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
That was an interesting one for Mitchell Vickery. It's one thing to look at Wayne Hemi's side roll, but it's another thing to do it while it's sitting on top of your air cleaner. And Hemi went clean over the top of Mitchell Vickery's car. I guess it's just one of those setup things. Hemi's car loves to pick the front up under gas. He climbed up over the top of the 26S car, and unfortunately for Wayne, he spun to the infield and has not restarted. So I'd say he's done a little bit of driveline damage out of that.
Yeah, as we watch, we're lucky we can watch the replay as we talk about it. Hemi got some air time. He got more air points than what he gets from flying from Brisbane to New Zealand.
Yeah, well, that right rear just about was spinning on Mitchell's visor as he went past.
Look at that. Vickery's bonnet's wedged underneath his car. That's one first class ride, cabin crew, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, but no Corey care out of that one. And out of all of that, actually, in the midst of it, Scott Joblin fair T-boned poor Mitch Vickery. And it'll be interesting to see what they can salvage out of all of this.
And our race winner, 3NZ, from Foxton, races out of Palmerston North. Jordan Deere, partnered up with...
Do you mean there's a Palmy car that's out of Palmy?
Down here with Jordan Deere and Malcolm Nartai. First of all, Jordan, you won it. You got your old mate Wayne Hemi out of the way. That must be a good start.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Wayne on the restart, but managed to sneak past him and Lala in the last couple of laps, so I was happy with that. Car was hooking up good, so yeah, it was awesome.
Of course, you guys were leading the points, both of you as a pair coming into tonight, so it's a good opening account.
Yeah, I mean, I probably stuffed up a little bit in the shootout, probably trying to help Wayne out, but that didn't pay off either, so we knew we had to make up some ground in that first one, and we've got off to a good start, so yeah.
Awesome, thank you, Jordan. Now, Malcolm, you had a pretty decent race out there. Looked like you were trying to stop anyone from catching up to Jordan and taking him out, so it's what it's all about.
Oh, it might have looked like that. We had a tight car and the track gave us all sorts out there. We had slick bumps and everything, but yeah, no, the Joblins were racing nice and hard and give me a bit of a push out the way, and yeah, that's good stock car racing.
Of course, yeah, as I just mentioned with Jordan, you guys were leading the points coming in tonight, and I imagine you're probably still leading after this, unconfirmed. Must be a great feeling to be leading the points in an event like this. Of course, we are the title sponsor.
It's actually a spot to be in.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, there's probably another 30 cars that want to knock you off the top spot now, so you don't know who your mates are, and you just got to keep going and getting points. So we just got to keep pushing ahead and getting as many as we can. You know, Jordan helping Wayne in the top 12 didn't help our cause too much, but he's going to make up for it in the next two. So yeah, we'll be right.
Right, down here in pit lane with a points update on the Battle of the Stocks best pairs here at Ampro Tools Woodford Glen Speedway for the 25th anniversary running of the Battle of the Stocks event. And as I predicted, Jordan Deere and Malcolm Nartai are leading the way with a very impressive point score of 246 points, followed behind with about a 60-point gap. That is Randall Tarrant and Alex Bright on 188 points. Wayne Hemi and Kevin Clive are down on 187 points in third place, and in fourth place is Adam Joblin and Tim Ross on 162 points, tied for fifth place with Thomas Stanley and Shane Harwood. So expect big things in the last two heats of the night here at Woodford Glen Speedway.
As they line them all up, the last of the cars are coming into the back of the group. Just a reminder, you've got young ones, keep them back from the fence.
Well, we know how ugly that turn one can get.
Turn one's ugly. You'll hear the note of the engines pick up very shortly. Zippy, he's happy with the grid. Brian has the green in hand. Itchy feet, and they're away. Alex Bright in the 10 car, he's gone. He's around that corner, doesn't want to be involved in that pile-up. Here we go, turn one. Crash him, bash him, stack him, whatever way you want. Brownlees gets popped in for his good luck. Lala's parked up. Kevin Clive's parked up. As the rest of the field carry on, oh, they're still into it as they come out of 3 and 4. Bright's in front. Ward. Then we go back to Ace. Reds are on. Not a nice place to be sitting when there's a heap coming through at full snot.
Yeah, Kevin Clive there parked on the wall. Part of the melee that was right at the front there. Harley Robb did the big spin, and then everybody got clobbered on the way through, and Kevin Clive, unfortunately, as the sort of whole excited Speedway goes, gets the car fired up just as they go and check on him. With your Harley Robb there, caught there, he hooked reverse. You could see that he's driven a street stock before.
Yep.
He wasn't hanging around to wait to see who was going to come get him. And of course, Jacob Brownlee's in the 23C, normally the 10C car. He took a massive wallop in the front.
Oh, exactly. They came through and just cleaned the front out. You're either going to be parked up or part of it.
Looks like it was actually Tim Ross that got him on the way through, but did straighten up. He must have had his wheels tucked in because he's still got all four. And it looks like Harley went, no, it was actually Lyman that turned the 282 car in, and Harley was just a consequence of the outside of that. So Trevor Lyman out there prepared to use the front bumper in this race.
The 1 in Z, William Humphries, has just pulled to the infield. 10 in, Alex Bright, he leads us into 3 and 4. And behind him, 971B, Jaden Ward. They come past us on the start finish line. Chad Ace is in behind them, Nichols, Andy McCabe, Tarrant. Then there's a pile-up, O'Brien, Joblin, Steiner. They're all thereabouts. As they go down the back straight, they're 3-4 wide. 3-4 wide going into 3 and 4. This will be interesting. The bumpers are being used. Hill pushes up wide. Stanaway's gone round. Jordan Deere's involved in this. Pace is hot. The action is hotter. Our leaders at this stage. Ward's taken over the lead in the 971B car over the 10N of Pride. Then we've got Chad Ace, McCabe, Nichols, Tarrant. Levine's there, I'm just not sure if he's a lap down. Hill's there, Steiner, 126 of Asher Rees. Then we go back to the 2NZ. Here comes 3NZ, Deere, I think 52 of Joplin's on his outside. Tim Ross has just gone firing across the pole line there. Bit of moisture on the track. As the leaders go down the back straight for another time. Ward still got it this way. Hemi's been spun round. He's on the infield. He's trying to get going again. Ward's got this over Bright. Then we go back Ace, McCabe, Tarrant, Brett Nichols from Nelson, Levine, Steiner. Hemi's got going again and rejoin. Jordan Deere about to try and shoot up the inside of the 126 of Asher Rees. Rees holds him out as they come through 3 and 4. Sparks fly off the wall as Alex Hill in the 95N car comes off 4. Shane Harwood's just in behind Deere, who's shot up the inside of Asher Rees, who went wide. Shane Harwood is now shooting up the inside. Wayne Hemi's coming into the picture as well. Let's look back up the front. Jaden Ward coming out of turn 2. He's got about a dozen over the 10N car as they go down the back straight. Who's got about the same over the 31P, who seems to have shot up into that third spot from Chad Ace in the 4 car. Nick Self retires to the infield in the 12C with a right rear flat. The leaders come past us again. Jaden Ward, the 971B car. Then we go back to Alex Bride in the 10N. O'Brien in the 52 as a lap down. Then we go back to 31P, Andy McCabe. Chad Ace. And behind Ace we've got Nichols. Good battle on there with the 66B of Tarrant. As they come through 4. And behind Tarrant we've got the 2NZ. Then we go back to Steiner in the 118. Shane Harwood, bit of a log jam there in that group. Further back, 87B, Thomas Stanaway, just shooting up the inside of 126, Asher Rees. Jacob Brownlee's coming in, he's just passed Lance Ashton. Oh, 87B's around again, who's helped him around? Is it Asher Rees? The 126 is 2. Here comes Ward, he just shoots up the inside of Asher Rees as they go into turn 1 and 2. Wright's still in second at this stage. Then we go back to Andy McCabe at 31P, Chad Ace, Keegan Levine, Brett Nichols, Tarrant, as they come past us. Peter Fields is just up high by the wall. The leaders are smoking hot. 971B, oh, he's just turned himself round in turn 1 and 2. He just did it all by himself, went in too hot. Let's open the door up. 10N and Alex Bright's taken the lead away. He hasn't lost too much as in placings. He's in third, but margin-wise, it's white flags coming out this time round. 10N, Alex, no, I think it's Alex Bright. He should be the man. Andy McCabe in second. Then we go back to Ward, Ace, Nichols, Levine, 2NZ, Joblin, Tarrant. Let's see who they give the checkered flag to. By my reckoning, it should be 10N, Alex Bright. Then we go Andy McCabe, Jaden Ward, Chad Ace, Brett Nichols, Keegan Levine, Joblin, Tarrant, Deere, Harwood. Go back to Hemi, O'Brien, Jarrett.
Well, easily the fastest car out there was Jaden Ward in the 971B. Absolute rocket ship. I guess we know he hasn't done a full season. He jumped back into the car a couple of meetings ago, and I guess you put that down to a little bit of ring rust. But Hemi taken out by Stanaway in the middle of that one. Put him round, flicked it to the infield. He lost at least a lap out of that race, and I dare say that's where that points to the top of fighting. There is going to be a battle just sensing a couple of these guys starting to get a little bit ugly with that front bumper.
Down here with Jaden Ward, mate. You've had a pretty sorry run in the Battle of the Stocks, but how's it been for you?
A lot of mechanical faults, but hey, that's how it runs sometimes. Still enjoy the meeting. It's probably one of the best meetings of the year. But yeah, we'll see what happens,
Good stuff, yeah, like you say, that's just racing, that's the way it goes. What a great meeting though, 32 Superstocks out there battling it out to become the champion, and unfortunately not your year this year, but it's been awesome.
Yeah, not my year this year, but we can decide whose year it is, and we'll go out and have fun and cause some what am I on about? Mayhem. But we'll go out and have fun and see what the night brings,
Awesome, thank you very much, Jaden.
Cheers, thank you.
Alrighty, down here in pit lane for the final, second last, almost final heat for the Battle of the Stocks 25th anniversary here at Ampro Tools, Woodford Glen, brought to you by Suck It Up Limited. Jordan Deere and Malcolm Lartai still lead the way on 291 points, and 44 points behind sits Randall Tarrant and Alex Bryant. They are both rookies in comparison to Jordan Deere and Malcolm Lartai. So you can see the cars rolling out. We're about to get loose for one hell of a spectacle.
5W. Egan Levine. Back behind Levine, Foot Engineering, 87B of Stanaway. On his inside, another ITM sponsor machine, Access Man. High Reach. High Reach. Sorry, Charlie. 18N, Shane Harwood in the High Reach car.
It's good that as a semi-retired driver, he's very relaxed about that sort of thing.
It is. 31P, Andy McCabe. Then we go back to Phil Ogle, 282S. 126 Asheries, 1NZ, William Humphreys. We're good to go. Green is ready. And we're away and racing. And we're off. Let's see the mayhem into turn one. Brownlees leads us through at this stage. Nartai's just gone round. So has Hill. He's been caught up with Wayne Hemi. Nartai's still parked there at this stage. Will he get fired up again? The leaders. Levine's just gone round. Bit of a dust up in turn 4. They all seem to get it. Levine backs up. Gets round safely. Nartai's obviously, he's up and running again. Back to our front cars. We've got Harwood about to shoot up the inside. Shoots up the inside of Brownlee's in the 23 car. Then we go back to Stanaway, Humphreys, Ogle, Steiner, Joplin in the 52. McCabe, Ross, 2NZ. Then we go back to Ward. The heat is on in this one as well as they come through 3 and 4. Our race leader, Shane Harwood in the High Reach sponsored car, 18N from Nelson. Then we go back to Jacob Brownlees. Kyron O'Brien has just gone into the wall with somebody up there.
Hemi into the wall.
As we pick up our leader as he comes back through for another lap. Shane Harwood in the 18N. Then we go to 23, Jacob Brownlee. Humphreys is going around the outside of the 87 of Stanaway. And behind them, Ogle. Ward's just pulled up on this on the infield. Down the back straight they go. Ogle goes into 3 and 4. And behind him, we've still got O'Brien and Hemi parked up in the wall there in turn 4. 3 instead of Deere, making his way through, just weaving it as they come through. Who's having a crack at him? Chad Ace just gives him a bit of bumper in the rear end. Deere's shooting up the inside of Steiner. Here comes Lance Ashton also. Harwood, our leader, comes past the start finish line for another lap. Then Brownlees. Humphreys is into the side of Stanaway. Ogle. Then we go back to the 52 of Joplin. 2NZ Joplin. Andy McCabe. Steiner. We've got Jordan Deere. Chad Ace. Lance Ashton. Tim Ross. Brett Nichols. Randall Tarrant. Then we go back to Asheries. But the leaders have gone past us again. Nothing really happening at this stage. Hemi stuck down there. Kyron O'Brien has him parked up against the wall. Oh, McCabe just went in with Steiner into turn 1 and 2, just caught the end of it. They wait for a clearing to get going again. They both about to pull out. As Shane Harwood, our leader, just goes past them. They're trying to get going. They're both still mobile, creeping down, waiting for a gap. Steiner's going, they both reverse out of the way. Oh, Tim Ross just backs it in to try and avoid them. They're all away. Tim Ross is parked there. Back up the front to our leader. Shane Harwood, he just goes through. Brownlee's still holding on to that second spot. Then we go back to Stanaway, Humphreys. Then we go back to the 52, Scott Joplin. Then gone red.
And I'm just wondering if it's because they've let the side to leave Kyron and Hemi there just long enough. But the 144 car, Tim Ross driving at the end of his bonnet and turning at the left. Actually, they're not hooked up. Hemi and O'Brien are not hooked up at all. If they're even touching, it's a mirror. No, they're not. They're not even close to touching. So they're just both parked there.
We'll just go and check them out. And while I've got a break, obviously see if they want to move.
Tim Ross there just drove at the end of his bonnet, and by the time he looked up, he was straight into the side of the parked cars down here at turn 1.
So looking at the lap times, well, we've got a break. Shane Harwood done a 19:01. He seems to be, no, he's not the quickest. Humphreys has done a 19:00 even. So Humphreys seems to be the quickest at this stage on the track. They're just clearing a couple of cars. What are they going to do? They're going to... O'Brien's out of the car, so... Just going to lift that car up and remove it.
Of course, down at Enviro Waste in that early laps, Asher Rees in the 126 car put Keegan Levine around, and it just caused the cars having to peel left, right, centre, caused a bit of chaos in there.
Everybody around the turn 1 and 2 looks okay. They're just checking to make sure they're all happy, giving the thumbs up.
You'd think having green cars out there today would be the right colour to be, given St Patrick's Day, wouldn't you, either?
Exactly. Super tractors running around. They just pick up the 52 car. Parked in beside Wayne Hemi in the wall there, turns 3 and 4. What are we, lap 9?
Steiner and McCabe that moment down at Steiner there just stuck the nose in, caught the rear bar of McCabe. Really not a lot of contact in it. It was everybody else that came through. And Lance Ashton clipping the front of the sister car to his.
We're away again. Shane Harwood comes past us to start his next lap. Brownlee's is closing up a wee bit. Stanaway, Humphreys, Scott Joplin. Oh, Peter Fields, get out the tea bag. She's boiling. Our leader, as they come through, he's going to come up the lap traffic. It's a bit of a pile up as we go through. Who's that? Alex Hill just bounces off the wall coming into turn 1 and 2. Shane Harwood, our leader, out of 2, down the back straight. Just gives Kevin Clive the bumper, knocks him out of the way. Clive tries to push it down. Hill just gives it to Kevin Clive in the rear end and half spins himself. Shane Harwood comes through. Brownlee's comes through. Kevin Clive's just trying to rub shoulders with them a wee bit. Then we go back to Stanaway. Ward's there in the middle as well, bit of a lap car. Then we go back to the 52 car of Scott Joplin. What do we got? 126. Asher Rees has somebody up against the wall there. Can't quite see the number at turn 3 and 4. Bit of a pile up again. Humphreys is involved in that. Stanaway was involved in it. Scott Joplin was involved. Oh, Jaden Ward just fired. I can't see who it is. It's a Kevin Clive in against the wall. They're piggybacking. Wayne Hemi just fired. Is that the 2NZ into the wall, into turn 2? It's all going on. There's cars everywhere. They're still going through the infield, all tagged up together.
Kevin Clive getting a lot of treatment. Now the car that we couldn't see that was held on the wall down by Asher Rees was actually the 10 of
Alex Bright.
Alex Bright, yeah, but he's got free.
And we're away and racing. Shane Harwood down the back straight, just about to go past Malcolm Natai, unsure of what he's going to do. Harwood Harwood coming round. Harwood's about to take, oh, Bright just gives Asher Rees one up the tube, and they're still going on. Harwood takes the win. These two guys have still got to do a lap to finish. Nartai was there or thereabouts. Brownlee takes a good second place. Bright's into the side of Rees. They're on the infield. They haven't finished. They haven't come round for the... But as we look at it, Humphreys picks up third, Stanaway fourth, Scott Joplin, Jordan Deere.
Well, we've gone yellow, so that is the 25th annual Battle of the Stocks, courtesy of Suck It Up Limited. And yeah, a couple of guys still playing after the phrase.
But what if we think of that?
Righty, down here with our third place getters for the 2018 Battle of the Stocks here at Woodford Glen. First of all, Thomas Stanaway, you've come all the way down from the Hawke's Bay and taken out third place. What a good feeling.
Yeah, no, stoked to come down, and had a lot of bad luck at this meeting over the years, and finally got an awesome partner, Shane, this year, and both pulled through, and yeah, had a real good run. Yeah, it was awesome.
Awesome. Of course, Shane went and won the last heat, and then you got caught up in a melee at the in the middle of that final heat. So a bit of good luck and bad luck for you both.
Yeah. Luckily, Shane pulled through for a win, and yeah, I got a bit caught up on the second to last lap, but luckily only dropped the spot. So yeah, it was good to both come through in the top 5 and bag enough points.
Awesome. Thank you, Thomas. Third place. Well done.
Yeah. Cheers. Awesome.
All right, Shane Harwood, you won the last one, of course, unlike your teammate here, but third place for you both this weekend. You must be pretty wrapped.
Yeah, no, Thomas did a great job carrying us last night. And then we whipped out a bit of stunt work in that first race that didn't work to our favour, so it was wicked to be paired up with an old club member. Thomas obviously used to race with us at home, so it's the first time I've managed to get on the podium in 10 years here, so I'm pretty stoked.
Awesome, of course, winning that last heat. You've had pretty decent form last night and tonight. Third place at one of the biggest meetings of the year must feel pretty good. Yeah,
no, it's wicked, and like I say, I've had a pretty rough run, and I still had flat tyres and stuff this weekend, so wicked to get a bit of a result for Tom. It's nice to do a bit of work for your partner.
Good stuff. Anyone else, anyone you'd like to say thanks to?
Yeah, thanks to Tom and all his crew and family for the weekend. They kept their car running mint, and all my boys, crew, family and all that. They did a wicked job. And of course the superstar Mitch Vickery, he's the man.
And yourself, Thomas?
Yeah, just a huge thanks to Shane, all his crew. Yep, keep them going, you know. Both had our moments, but it was awesome. We both pulled through, and all my crew keeping the car going and keeping it mint, and all my sponsors and yeah, everyone in Christchurch too, putting on an awesome meeting.
Awesome. Cheers, boys. Congratulations.
Cheers, thank you.
Alrighty, down here with our second place pairing tonight, Alex Bright, the 10N, and Randall Tarrant, the 66B. A bit of youth coming in and winning a second place. Alex, your thoughts first?
No, it was definitely a good meeting. Being paired with Randy was definitely a bonus. He's a good competitive car and a good driver, and he's just all around good person, so it was a good weekend.
Great atmosphere this weekend.
Yeah, exactly. It's always a good meeting. I definitely rate it as one of my favourite meetings of the year, and it's always good to be here and be a part of it.
Good stuff. Thank you very much, Alex Bright. Congratulations. Randall Tarrant, mate, you've come all the way down from the Hawke's Bay, third place with the Hawkeyes at the team's champs in February, and now you've come and taken out second in one of the biggest meetings of the Speedway year. Well done.
Yeah, definitely. No complaints, and stoked to be here, and stoked to be with Alex as well. Another guy who's teams racing and good competitive car, and secret is just finish all the races and then a bit of luck and we on.
Yeah, we on, that's right. Yeah, it's your first year in a Superstock, of course. You did well with the Hawkeyes at the team's champs, and you've done an awesome job down here. I mean, before that last heat, there was probably no catching Jordan Deere and Malcolm Nartai. They were pretty far ahead, so holding on to second.
Yeah, exactly. They were well ahead, so we just sort of had a bit of a game plan just to sort of back ourselves a little bit and hope that no one got us, but I see Alex got a bit of attention out there from some of the other boys, so we knew it was coming, but it worked out well, and points are points, finished all the races, and that's what you got to do.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Randall Tarrant. Congratulations.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Cheers. Alrighty, down here with our 25th anniversary edition winner of the Battle of the Stocks here at Ampro Tool, Woodford Glen Speedway, alongside me, Jordan Deere and Malcolm Nartai. First of all, Jordan, the 3NZ, you've come away with a very experienced driver and you've won it. Well done.
Yeah, I mean, when he drew me out Friday night in the driver's briefing, I was quietly pretty happy. I mean, Malcolm's won it a few times before. This is my first, so I'm over the moon.
Good stuff. It must be an awesome feeling to win a meeting like this.
Yeah, for sure. It's one of the top meetings in the country, so now I can tick it off the bucket list and I'm up there with some of the greats like Malcolm and Wayne and a few other guys that have won it.
I suppose Wayne won't be too unhappy that he hasn't won it because it's keeping it within the Red Walker sort of family, so, you know, someone's got it.
Yeah, I mean, me and Wayne always race as a team, and if one of us is up there, we help the other out, so it's a great partnership we've got.
Awesome, great to hear. Congratulations.
Thanks, mate.
Alrighty, Malcolm Narshai, mate, you've been racing here a long time and you've won it with a young gun, and it's a great pairing because rookie with experience, and you've come away with it.
Yeah, no, 6 times for us. Yeah, when I picked Jordan, I was pretty stoked. I've been following Jordan for the last sort of 5 years, and he's really picked the level up, and he's just an unreal driver, real hard, and with the Walker team, Wayne and his help, he put in over tonight. Yeah, really a great pleasure, and thanks, Wayne and Jordan. Yeah, mate, it was bloody awesome, buddy.
Good stuff. So it's awesome for you to take out the grand prize, being the title sponsor as well with Suck It Up Limited. It's such a great venue and just an awesome weekend in general.
Yeah, no, we won it pretty good too. We had about 60 odd points on us, so we won it. We raced hard, and with me second in individuals and first in individuals, it's like we're always going to get somewhere because we battled hard all weekend. And when you get in individual points like that, it stacks to something at the end.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Malcolm Narshai. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, that about wraps it up here from Ampro Tools, Woodford Glen Speedway. A huge thank you to Suck It Up Limited for sponsoring the 25th running of the Battle of the Stocks. What a weekend it's been. For all of the results, you can head to the Woodford Glen Facebook page or website. We're not too sure of them yet, but those will be available very soon. But from myself and all the Pits media team and everyone here at Woodford Glen Speedway, bye for now.